All right, here we are, hole one, par four. Just wanted to take one more look at this hole because I'd imagine, sometimes you can get winds, which may not be the easiest to pull off the shot that I did last time. However, I do think with this hole, it might be the most likely of the holes if you get a headwind that you could still get over there to the right, the way that you saw me do. In fact, another thing you can do is just try to keep it short. So kind of like what my opponent did here, as you can see, kind of keeping it short of the trouble. So that's another option. What I'm going to try to do is, probably the resultant is going to be relatively similar. Let me just go ahead and put on my Apocalypse bag just to get a little bit more range, to get just a little bit more length off this tee shot. But also I'm going to try to do is basically try to put it up here towards this left. So much kind of different approach here. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 4 rings with some curl to kind of straighten out that wind effect. And again, the resultant of this shot is probably going to be just that it kind of stays short. But if you have something with a little bit more topspin, Thor's Hammer 6, Thor's Hammer 7, you may just want to just kind of straight spin that one up and just kind of keep it on that left-hand side for a nice straight angled in pitch. But let's see what we have here. I would imagine we're going to be a little bit more towards max club. What I'm typically going to try to do is probably stay off this fairway. You'll see that the height difference is significant. So where the green is to where your fairway target is, it's always easier to play shots that kind of don't land on kind of an upslope fairway. So I would try to avoid that upslope at all costs. And that's where my opponent's trying to land here. It's just going to make for a little bit tougher of a shot. And that's one of the main reasons that I try to stay away from that here. As it's just gonna roll out not quite as consistent as you want. So what I would recommend alternatively would be probably if you can get it into range to have some sort of backspin shot, that would be ideal. But it looks like, especially with the winds that we got, I'm going to have to play the fairway myself. But as I mentioned, if you can get the ball up a little bit longer and try to maybe go for like some sort of backspin shot, it's probably going to be a little bit more reliable. You can actually see, look what the fairway's doing. Okay, it's all over the place. And that's part of the complications that I'm talking about, and as to why you never want to land on upslopes. I'm thinking pretty close to maybe 2.0 per ring, somewhere right in here. And just a little bit off, as I mentioned, fairway's kind of all over the place. It's going to be tough to hold that on a consistent basis. But good luck there, and I will see you guys on the next one.